Hello everyone, this is the day 8 of the Identity Fundamental series. So here we'll be discussing third piece, which is the lever process, secure deprovisioning. Now first let's understand where does lever comes into picture. You have a user who has joined an organization and they complete their tenure and they decide to leave. So this is where the word lever comes into picture. Anyone trying to leave the organization, go pursue a new career. So for them that account becomes a lever account, and that process becomes lever process. Okay. So what is it? First, we had joiner, where they have joined, their roles were changed, mover. Now they become a lever. This is the life cycle stage where an employee, contractor, partner, they exit the organization. Okay. And it involves, what does it involve? Now, why they exited, there could be different reasons as well. But it involves revoking all the accounts and access rights. Now, what happens if we do not revoke? The consequence, orphan accounts. And if there is orphan accounts, there'll be insider people trying to, or insider threats or external threats also, trying to damage or compromise those accounts and take control and do malicious activities. So eventually, if you see all this process, right, will be tagged some way or the other to compliance, security, or user experience. These are the three pillars that I've been talking from the beginning. Okay, so these are the main reason how and what is the process. I mean, what is the outcome if it is not being done? Okay, so then let's understand a quick employee exit process. First, you revoke the accounts. Okay, the process. You prevent the orphan accounts because you have revoked it. Now you verify it on the back end and see, okay, HR accounts done, payroll done, your IT done. Right? You may be using an exit formalities and all of this. So on the back end, accounts are getting revoked. Why? Because they really do not need, they cannot have these orphan accounts lying around, which might create breach. Okay, eventually reducing the insider threat. So when an employee starts the exit process, they go to revocation to prevent orphan accounts, and then finally reducing insider threat. And there's a secure exit. So some of the key activities that you will see, and you can ask this to your IGA team also. Most of the time, IGA will be managing it. Receives termination exit notice from HR. HR, you'll receive an email or an email gets triggered, right? Then it'll disable accounts in AD first. Subsequent disabling will happen. Revoke access to every application that you had, VPN, privileged systems, everything, right? And then there'll be a recovering of assets. Finally, data will be archived for compliance reason for let's say 3 months, 6 months. And this is happening once you hand over everything. You handed over the laptop, your last working day. Okay, in between it will not happen. Last working day, I think sometimes maybe a day or 2 days later also. And what are you achieving? You're protecting against ex-employees misusing the access. Because if these accounts are lying around, person may move out and again try their username and password. There are cases that has happened. Ensures compliance with standards like SOX, GDPR, and reduces risk. So compliance again and risk is getting improved here. Reduction of risk and improving of the compliance posture. Fine, so this is where you can see risk reduction working, minimizing the security threats by removing inactive user accounts, prevents misuse by ex-employees through strict access management, and ensuring adherence to regulatory standards like SOX and GDPR. So examples, employee resignation, we have discussed that, right? In HR, it moves from there to an IGA tool, then disables the AD, then Okta and all the application layer one by one. VPN, email, if there are passwords, it'll be rotated, right? And common risk is orphan accounts only, unauthorized data access post-employment, audit compliance violations, and security breach. So security and compliance are the two main reasons why we have the entire joiner mover lever process. And interview tips, they can ask you about orphan accounts. So try to explain them in a way that it's not like what is an orphan account? Where have you used it? What is the purpose? What is the outcome of using it? And why is lever deprovisioning critical? The second question is, why is lever deprovisioning critical in IAM? We all know orphan accounts, mitigating insider threats, and then clearing the audits. Okay. So mention whenever you're answering this, make sure that you have a tool tagged to it, right? Not just randomly. Okay, orphan account is an account that is orphan or that is live. Don't say in that way. You say where it comes into the whole ecosystem. Yeah. And quick assignment would be, choose a scenario where contractor has left after 6 months. Write down 3 types of access that must be revoked and one risk if the account is not removed. So put this on the chat, guys. Okay. So with this, we wrap up this series, this today's session, and then I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.